Wait, I wasn't ready.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's terrible.
Oh no. Whoa, faces. I just showed them faces.
Why would you do such a thing?
Yeah, it was not considerate. Hi
Hmm.
there. My name is Jim. This is a place we're going to be doing a Star Wars RPG. We're going to be playing from the 1987 rule book for Star
It's
Wars.
that
In other
old.
words, Star Wars was still good at the time that this was created. What did you say?
I didn't know that the rule book was that old.
That was when the first edition came out. I have to
Hmm.
introduce everything again because last time I was an idiot. Yes. I
I
caught
completely
the
agree.
I caught the I was gay enough to catch the monkeypox and it went into my brain.
Oh,
So
well,
I did everything wrong, including sound wrong. I sounded wrong. So anyway, we're gonna be playing a Star Wars RPG. Uh, with one of the two people is this guy who can introduce
uh,
himself in a second. The other one has COVID. So
coronavirus.
we may never end up with a third person. He hasn't recovered yet.
He was posting memes earlier though, so that's usually a pretty good sign.
People have posted memes and then died, though. So it's happened. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So we're not going full blown Star Wars RPG tonight. We're doing getting used to this tonight. So hang out with us.
What
Look like
what's a
fools.
stream?
Um, you can't see me gesticulating because I haven't figured out the bounds of my camera yet. So fully professional. Do you want to say who you are, or would you rather that they not know?
I'm a man of mystery. No, I my name is Joe. I'm also known as Green Gun Guy on the internets, uh, and I am that guy's. You're over there for me, but that guy's brother.
You look like a fool right now.
How is that different from any other day?
Anyway, so we've already talked a little bit about the kind of characters that we're going to be running. Joe, look at my
Mhm.
finger, so that use it as a reference. He is going to be running a kind of a smuggler, kind of like almost legal trader character.
I'm gonna I, I'm gonna smuggle.
Smuggle. There are words that are too ridiculous to be real, and yet they're real.
Smuggle is one of those words.
So you're going to be a smuggler. And we
Mhm.
already kind of talked about some skills that you might pick up. And because last week is gone to the infinite yawning void of nothingness, I'll talk a little bit briefly about some things we talked about last time. And then you can say if you've thought more about your skills and where you would rather focus or just not pick them up at all. We have not done our third person's character at all due to the coronavirus. And I think that was last week too, wasn't it? Yeah,
It
that was
was.
last week too.
It was.
So
It's taking him
still hasn't recovered. Yeah, he's weak.
it's taking him a bit.
He has a weak constitution. So in the Star Wars RPG, unlike some other systems, if you don't have a skill for doing an action, you just use the attribute that it's attached to.
Yeah, which means attributes are very
It
powerful.
means they're really strong. They're also very limited. It's really hard to grow your attributes. You
Yeah.
can do it, but you got to sink a lot of character points into it. It's like the Star Wars version of experience points. You got to put a lot of character points into it, but you can get a lot out of it. So So anyway, if you don't have a skill, you just use the attribute with no penalty at all. So if you have like a strength of 6, which would be huge in this game, and you don't have a
Definitely would
special
be.
sword fighting skill, you're basically on an even par with somebody that has like a strength of 3 and a level 3 skill. So attributes are quite strong. That being said, you can gain a skill at any time just by using it, because you effectively have every skill. So like let's say you're going out on an adventure, which is what they're officially called. You're going out on an adventure and you don't have the starship repair skill, but you end up needing to do some repair. So you do it using your attribute, and then afterwards you could gain the skill just by
Okay.
paying what you would normally pay to level it. So, and in this case, that would be 1 character point. So, on the one hand, you can pick up tons of skills, especially at low level. On the other hand, it's hard to grow your attributes. So, we're going to see how it is. We've never actually run through this RPG system before. We've done other RPG systems, not this one. I had this rule book as a kid and always wanted to run on it, and I just never was able to put a group together or find anyone doing it. Now we have the internet.
The magic of the internet.
If there are 3 other people on the planet that want to play cybernetic mutated My Little Pony action adventure RPG sessions, you can do it if you can coordinate with them.
That sounds awesome.
They're all like really bitter and jaded about the world that scarred them and wounded them and turned them into half machine monsters. No one thinks they're pretty anymore. And so
I was wrong. This world is not about love.
friendship is worth nothing. Oh, I'm mixing the Care Bears in there. Caring doesn't matter when no one cares. Or something equally stupid.
Friendship is not magic.
There is no magic. There's only steel and silicon. Yeah. So like that's a bad cyberpunk line. What were you gonna say?
I don't remember. I
all right. Then let's get back on track.
I'm all in on cyber ponies.
Cyber ponies. My little cyber pony.
My little cyber pony.
Okay. So let's just go straight to it. So we picked out some skills that you might like. Have you looked at them more and thought about what you definitely want to pick up, what you don't?
Not really.
How dare you not prepare extensively for this stream? How dare you not have everything in order? Everything.
It's not
we were supposed to start an hour ago.
Wait, was it literally an hour ago?
Yes. No, an hour and 2 minutes.
Yes, it was.
So we'll go for about 13 more minutes. We're still shaking everything out here.
Yeah.
So
sometimes just getting stuff set up just takes long.
The stream is going to be it's going to suck and be a mess. For now, it's going to suck and be a mess and be disorganized. Eventually, it will be more organized.
It will suck in an organized fashion.
You will know exactly what to expect. All right. So I've got my planets PDF open.
Okay.
We can look at that in a minute if you want to try to pick out a planet that you were from.
That sounds like it would be a good thing to do.
Do you have your sheet that you wrote everything down on last time?
Yeah, I do have it open on a separate monitor. And I did have the rule book open, but I don't know what happened to it. There it is.
I can prop the rule book up. I'll look through it myself and put it up on the screen for anyone unfortunate enough to watch us.
Okay. So, what did we want to do first? Did we want to choose like a home planet, or did we want to go through the attributes and skills more, or what?
I think you should pick what you think are going to be your own core skills.
Okay.
And then we can look a little bit more at what your attributes are likely going to look like. Because we're still waiting for the third.
For
From
Mr.
now
Third,
on, his name
Mr.
is
Third
the
Wheel.
third. We're still waiting for the third for you to finalize everything. But you know like the core of what you want to do.
Right.
So
I want to smuggle.
I have 12D in smuggling. No.
Is there a smuggle skill? I have a skill in smuggle. I have a it might be a specialization.
Oh no. I no.
I will not
Because
allow this.
no. I'm pulling a GM Trump on this one. No, because it involves too many different things. We kind of talked about that last week. Like you're dealing with shady people on the ground outside of your ship. So sometimes you got to get into a little gunfire. But you're also
Sometimes you have to
trying
shoot
to
a fool.
negotiate deals with these people. So you have to have the ability to do all of that. And then sometimes people are trying to shoot you and kill you and like take the stuff off your ship. And so you've got to be able to handle things up there.
So I need to be able to shoot and or talk to and or run away from people.
Well, talk to is a little simplistic. You've got to be able to
Maybe do
con them
all three.
or persuade them or maybe intimidate them or
And then shoot them and run away from them.
yes. Just look, all I'm asking
Look,
is for
you
you
want
to
to be
turn
my buddy.
around. All I'm saying is you need to turn around. You can do that much for me, right? We're doing business. Just take your eyes off of me.
Just take your eyes off of me long enough to unholster my blaster. And I mean,
I've just that much time. I'm not saying I'm going to do that. I just need as much time as it would take. Do you have your skills up? Man, I'm waiting
I
on
do.
you.
I do have my
Go
skills
through
up.
the list.
I had my skills up the entire time. Okay. Would you want me to just go through, just tell you what all I've got put down, or
Yeah, go through it
what?
and see if there's anything you're like, yes, I must have that.
Okay. Let's start with the dexterity skills then. Blaster, yes, I must have that. Uh, brawling or melee parry. I think one of those might be appropriate. The melee parry thing, like you had mentioned, has apparently an enormous benefit over brawling parry.
Yeah,
So
so brawling and brawling parry, there are 6 categories you can say of combat skills, and brawling and brawling parry is the one that wears the tight leather suit and has the ball gag in its mouth.
I see.
The only benefit that it has is that you are always ready.
So brawling parry.
I if you're wanting that, you may just want to take a specialization in a different skill.
Okay, well, maybe melee parry.
There is one exception, and that is that if you're a species that has some kind of natural advantage in melee, like claws, and you
Mm.
wanted to, mess people up.
Like
Um,
if I was a Wookiee smuggler.
those have never existed.
Those
So,
have never in the history of Star Wars has it ever existed.
to the knowledge of all the people making current Star Wars, there's never been one. So, that's utterly
Yeah.
unique. You know what? I can probably even produce some sound clips for you to use during our sessions that would sound something like a Wookiee. No one's really sure what a Wookiee sounds like, but we can come up with something.
Wookiees sound like this. I'm a Wookiee. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a Wookiee.
I'm
That's
out of
what Wookiees
shampoo.
sound. Somebody stole my conditioner. I'm still a Wookiee.
There's a hole in my Wookiee shampoo tank. All right.
Okay, so maybe melee parry. Next is dodge. Definitely want that. Running, maybe because running away is a cool guy thing to do.
It's an alive guy thing to do.
It's it's a thing that helps keep you alive. And then there's pickpocket, which is maybe a thing I would want to pick up so that I could steal from people and then smuggle the thing that I steal.
And also that skill is used to palm things. So it's
Right.
it's not just taking something out of a character's inventory like every video game now. It's also grabbing
Doing
something without
sleight
being
of hand.
seen. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So that one is running and pickpocket are kind of strong maybes, I would say. Whereas like blaster and dodge are kind of mandatory. And melee parry is kind of a maybe.
You can definitely go without a melee skill,
Hmm.
but you have to be really careful if somebody gets up on you.
When does melee ever happen in Star Wars? Okay, so next one is knowledge. So we've got bureaucracy, which I would say is kind of a maybe.
Yeah,
Intimidation, again, a probably a intimidation is a knowledge skill.
I don't think so.
Why is it listed under knowledge
Is
then?
that a
Am,
perception skill?
am I an idiot? It seems like it would be perception.
All right, folks. We're going to actually look at the rule book because some people don't know how to refer to the rule book. So,
What's the rule book?
one thing that is cool about this RPG system, it's not cool that the company went out of business a long time ago, but what is cool is that they released their rule books under an open license. So you can make copies, PDFs, and
Legally.
you can distribute them
Legally.
legally. Yeah. I'm not talking about capability, I'm talking about legality. Are you open to
See,
the skill section of the rule book?
I am not. I am trying to find it.
We'll see if it's down on 37.
Yeah, it's in the I think it's in the 30s somewhere. Yeah, it starts on 37.
Wow. It's taking a long time to load a PDF. Okay.
It's
So you were
uh,
asking about knowledge
intimidation.
skills,
It is a
bureaucracy.
knowledge skill.
That's weird. Yeah. Okay. I guess knowledge counts as social too, because the
I
language is in
guess.
there.
Yeah.
Streetwise is in there,
Streetwise is in there.
which is one you're probably going to want to take. Have you
Yeah.
please given up on your scholar smuggler idea? Please.
I believe the correct pronunciation for that is smoogler.
No. No, there will be none of that.
It is only a misconception that Wookiees commonly scream that they are Wookiees. I am a scholar.
Now, that is a misconception. I'll give you that. I'll actually give you that.
Okay, so in our knowledge skills, we have intimidation, which is strong, maybe. Law enforcement, which is definite. Streetwise, which is definite. Willpower, uh, probably going to take willpower as well. So that's what I'm looking like for knowledge.
So you do want to take willpower?
I think it would be a good idea.
Being able to resist people pressuring you into whatever they want.
Yeah, that seems like a good thing for a smuggler to
It
do.
actually it does. It does. All right. Let's go on to the next mechanical.
Mechanical. We have astrogation, which is probably going to be required. So we'll
I
go
mean, you
ahead
can
and say
technically default to your
that.
attribute and then just be bad at it. Like it takes a long time. The way it works with astrogation is you can make it take way longer to make the difficulty go down.
Hmm.
And like everybody else is like, okay, we're at the hyper point. Yeah, okay. Okay. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, yeah, punch it in, we'll go. And you're like, uh we may want to get
I,
some snacks ready.
I gotta carry the two and. um,
How do you carry again?
What's this X symbol? Okay. Next one is communications, which is kind of a maybe. It would be good to be able to communicate, but I don't know if I want to use skill points on communicating.
Yeah, communications is like
So,
using comms systems.
right.
And typically if you're operating around a planet or a place that people are coming and going, it's not going to be very hard.
Yeah.
Like we're definitely not going to be rolling it if planetary security is calling you over normal channels. That's
Right. Okay.
ground
Next
vehicle
one.
operation. Okay, what was the last one?
Communications was the last one. Sensors is what I have next, which is probably going to be a mandatory.
Yeah, I mean, it'll help you to get through places where you don't necessarily want to be seen, like you want
Mm,
to see them first.
yeah. It'll help with that whole running away and smuggling thing.
This is correct.
So, next one is space transports, which is definitely
Yeah,
a
because that'll be
must.
flying whatever ship you're in.
Starship gunnery, which is a must.
Yep.
Starship shields, which I'm not so sure about. It you made it sound like you would either use shields or your piloting skill, like space transports, to defend
Yes.
in a
So you can react
thing.
with your shields to switch
Mm.
them towards incoming fire to kind of block it,
Mhm.
which is an action. Or you can just say, I'm just going to pilot the ship and dodge. And you can have your shields split like to cover every arc so that, you know, if damage comes in, every side's going to have some shields.
Right.
Or you could have it all to the back and you're just focusing on piloting away and you use your piloting to dodge. So, you know, would it be great to be able to flip the shields around and like block every attack that's coming in? Sure, but with the mechanics of the way the game works, you're gonna fail if you've got very much coming in at you.
Yeah. So probably just not going to take that one and
Or just
just
take it
deal
really
with.
low.
Yeah. Okay, next. Perception. We have quite a few here that seem mandatory. Things like bargain
Yeah.
and con.
Yeah. The difference between persuade and con was, are you trying to take advantage of them, basically?
And the answer is pretty much always going to be yes with me.
I mean, you've
So
got to have somebody you're dealing with on the up and up, right?
I
But the
guess.
question is, how much do you need to push them to do what you want?
Right.
Bargain will help you get better prices, and to some extent, it's going to be. I don't think there's a like a negotiations skill. Bargain is negotiating, so
Okay.
it can be used for bribery. That's part of why you may want bargain.
Yeah. Because we're gonna be bribing. Uh let's see. So we had bargain and con, both probably required. Forgery, which sounds like it would be good to have. I'm gonna
Yeah, being able to
say
make fake documents could be great for a
yeah,
smuggler.
yeah.
On the
It
other
could
hand,
be
there's other
very
ways to
useful.
do it.
Yeah, but not like a required skill, but maybe useful. Then there's hide,
I mean,
which
to just to the point of forgery, you could always pay someone.
yeah,
If you've got contacts, you could always pay someone.
yeah.
So
There is an entire profession built around forgery. They are called forgers. They forge.
yeah. What
Yes,
were you
they
gonna
do.
say next? This is boring.
Ne-
Keep talking.
Next is hide, which I need
Yeah.
to hide stuff.
So there's hide and there's sneak. And in this game,
Mhm.
hide is making things hard to find.
Right.
And sneak is making yourself hard to find.
Yeah. So both of those probably going to be pretty mandatory. Uh, and the only other one I have in perception is search, which I'm not sure it would be mandatory, but it would be good enough to have that it might as well be.
Search can be used like, hey, find the blaster you dropped somewhere on this street. But it can also be, I'm looking for a guy by the name of Lando Calrissian.
Mhm.
Has anyone around? Can anyone tell me where to find him? Being able to track someone down like that.
Being able to, find your contacts seems pretty good. Okay, well, that's all I got.
Or even,
For
and we'll say, again, I'll pull a GM trump card here.
mm,
Um, you can make it more vague than that too. Like, I'm going to search for somebody that looks like they're a member of the local underworld that I can use to get contacts to find someone to forge some documents for me or something like that.
right,
So it could be very good for you. Could be.
could be.
And all of your skills are going to have a chance to be used.
Yeah.
They're all
Oh,
pretty general actually. They're all
that
pretty broad skills.
that's one of the things we kind of talked about last time was that like a standalone smuggler character really has to be kind of a jack of all trades. Like they've got to have uh a wide range of skills.
They've got to be able to get in and out of a fight just in case. They've got to be able to get in and out of a dogfight.
just in case.
They've got to know how to deal with the local authorities, both good and bad, and they've got to know how to deal with the local criminals.
Both good and bad.
So yeah, they've got a lot coming at them.
Yeah.
And they're probably desperate enough to be in that situation that they're going to be under pressure already. So
Man,
have fun. See if you can keep
really
this character alive.
Dead on the first session.
They're all hungry. Let's put it that way. They're all hungry.
You know what? Screw this. Let's just throw this character in the trash and make a guy who can shoot really good. And that's all he does.
I'm shooting imaginary stormtroopers. I get a headshot every time. I don't even know what I'm fighting for. I just know I like it.
I know it makes me feel warm inside.
Oh, tingles. It's like sniping ASMR. Yes. The gray matter on the snow. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap up here shortly.
Okay. Well, we still got two more attributes to go through. Strength. We have stamina. That's the only skill. It's the only skill we have listed. And that one's probably a maybe.
Yeah. You could take lifting or climbing. Yeah, stamina is, body skills are weird because sometimes they seem like attributes in modern systems. But you can think of it as just something you've developed that relates to your body. So stamina lets you do things longer. If you don't have the skill, you default to your body.
Okay.
There's not a lot of there's not a lot of body skills.
There's really not. And then we have technical, which we have 4 skills for, which probably the only one that would be mandatory would be first aid.
First aid and repair, right?
And yeah, we have 3 different repairs, which would be very nice to have, but probably not absolutely necessary.
The way repair skills work for everybody, all of the many people watching, the way repair skills work is you get a skill for repairing a certain kind of thing, like a blaster.
Right. So
or
I've got
capital
blaster, space transport, and starship weapon repair. So those 3 are going to be the 3 like devices I would be interacting with the most, probably.
What was
that
the
would
first
need
one
repairs
again?
Blaster.
Yeah, and I talked last time. That's 3 skills. I just feel like there's so much overlap there. We may simplify things and just say you can fix anything on your starship with the starship skill. Because it's a bit of a crap deal that, like, oh, I might need 5 different skills to fix my starship.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need wait, you might actually need shield repair.
Is shield
to
repair
fix shields.
the thing?
I don't see it here, but point being, like, a starship has so many systems to it. What's the point of having a skill for each one? Like, what's the point of the base starship repair skill if you have to have so many different ones for other parts? So,
yep.
Let's just go ahead and say you only need the starship repair skill.
Okay. Space transport repair.
Yeah.
Okay, we will bump that one up to mandatory then. Okay. Well, that gives us a more reasonable look on what we really, really want and what we kind of can live without.
And be thinking about why he's here, like
Mm,
why he's in this kind of mode of life. What is it that got him into being a smuggler? Um,
why does your smuggler smuggle?
smugglers gotta smuggle, man. They just gotta.
They
It's
just
in the
gotta.
blood. It's in the blood. Um, and I'm gonna make a short list of planets, both for you and for the third.
The third, the mysterious third.
And I'll kind of summarize. I'll make a short list and I'll kind of summarize them, and you guys can pick from that. You can pick from something else if you want to do the legwork.
Okay.
I think that's about it.
Sounds good. Yeah. Okay.
We started very late,
That we
very
did.
very very late, and we're ending late. Normally, this is going to start at 8:45 sharp
Sharp.
every time. 60% of the time, we're going to start on time. Um, so it's normally going to be 8:45 to 9:45, 1 hour. The third, and also I, have tight schedules. We want to do this. We're going to come in. We're going to get an hour of role playing done. It's not going to meander. It's going to be fun. And we're not going to, spend all of our time joking about nonsense like we did today.
Mm.
I'm sure we'll change between now
Uh,
and by next
we'll,
week, we'll be different people.
we'll get better.
We promise. We promise we'll improve. We'll change. All right. Goodbye, everybody. I'm done talking. I'm going to let this guy say whatever he wants to say on his way out.
I have nothing in particular to say.
Go to his Twitch.
Twitch.tv/Green Gun Guy. That's me.
Why don't you get, never mind. Don't ever say that link again. All right. That's it then. All right. Adios.
Good night.
Until next Monday.